Good evening, my dear children. How are you? How was your day? I think all of you enjoyed a lot, isn't it? Okay, I think all of you are staying safe and enjoying your school days. Am I correct? Okay, now tell me, all of you must know how to read and write, isn't it? Okay, so everyone in our class knows how to read and write. That's great. Your parents must be also know how to read and write. Am I correct? Okay, then what about your grandparents? Do they know how to read and write? Yes, some of your grandparents don't know how to read and write, isn't it? If we don't know how to read and write, how it will affect our daily life? Have you ever think about that? We cannot read the boards of a bus, we cannot go to a bank, or we cannot go to a government office alone. We isolated from the society. Am I correct? Do you agree with me? Yes, people will laugh at us if we don't know how to read and write. Look at this grandmother. Have you seen her? She is 96 years old Katyani Amma from Alappuzha. She is writing her first exam at the age of 96. Children, have you heard about Kerala Literacy Mission? They conduct classes and equivalency exam for the people who don't know how to read and write. We have to help the illiterate people to make them read and write. Will you? We have to make them realize the importance of reading and writing in our daily life. Do you know that in olden days women are restricted to study? Yes, in those days women are not allowed to go to schools. But now things have changed a lot, isn't it? Your mothers or sisters will be working nowadays. Women should be separated from education. Do you agree with this statement? What is your opinion about this? Please watch the video. Polya. The story Polya is written by Mikhail Sozhenko. Let's go through the story. Polya, Mikhail Zozhenko. Polya was an illiterate woman. She couldn't even write her name. Polya's husband, however, was a responsible government official. He had once been a simple peasant, but 5 years in the city had taught him a lot. Not only how to write his name, but also how to be a successful officer. However, he was not very happy to have an illiterate wife. Polya, you ought to at least learn how to write your name, he used to say to his wife. My last name is an easy one, 2 syllables, Kuchkin, and still you can't write it. I wish you would learn. Polya used to wave it aside. There is no use in my trying to learn it now, Ivan, she would answer. I am getting old. My fingers are getting stiff. Why should I try to write now? Let the young ones learn how to read and write. Polya's husband was a terribly busy man and did not have the time to argue with his wife, so he kept his mouth shut. But one day Ivan Nikolaevich Kuchkin did bring home a special little book. Here, Polya, he said, is the latest Teach Yourself Russian, which is based on up-to-date methods. I am going to show you how to use it. Polya gave a quiet laugh, took the book in her hands, turned it over, and hid it in the cupboard. As if to say, let it be there. Maybe our grandchildren will have some use for it. One day, Polya sat down to work. She had to mend a jacket for Ivan. The sleeves were torn, so Polya sat down at the table, took up her needle, and put her hand under the jacket. She heard something rustling. Maybe there is money in there, Polya thought. Children, have you listened? Okay, now take your textbook and read the passages silently and try to find out the difficult words. Okay, children, have you noticed the word illiterate? Illiterate. Do you know what is the meaning of this word? No. Okay, I will tell you. A surprising percentage of the population are unable to read. A surprising percentage of the people are unable to read. Listen carefully. This sentence also can be said like, a surprising percentage of the population are illiterate. A surprising percentage of the population are illiterate. Do you get the meaning? No. Okay, then Kerala is a literate state. Kerala is a literate state. The people are not illiterate. The people are not illiterate. Meaning of the word illiterate is unable to read or write. Unable to read or write. Is that clear? The illiterate man could not complete the job application. The illiterate man could not complete the job application. Have you noticed the word terribly? Terribly. Terribly. Do you know the meaning of this word? No. Let's check. It makes me feel extremely guilty. It makes me feel extremely guilty. Please listen. This sentence also can be said like, it makes me feel terribly guilty. It makes me feel terribly guilty. Do you get the meaning of the word terribly? No. Okay. If you get a wound with a knife, it will make terrible pain. If you get a wound with a knife, it will make terrible pain. Yes, the meaning of the word terrible is extreme or very. Here is another example. I am terribly sorry. Okay, is that clear for you? Okay, I will ask few questions from the passages. You have to answer me. Are you ready? Okay, now tell me, how did the life in the city changed Polya's husband? Life in the city changed Ivan a lot, isn't it? Yes, it taught him not only how to write his name but also to be a successful officer, isn't it? What was Polya's response when Ivan asked her learn to read and write? Polya replied that it was of no use and she is getting older. Her fingers are getting stiff. She said that it would be better if the young ones learn how to read and write. Okay. Do you think that the book will be of any help? Yes, it will help Polya to read and write. It is the latest book, Teach Yourself Russian, based on up-to-date methods. What do you think about Polya's attitude? Do you agree with her? Polya did not take the request of her husband seriously because she never wanted to learn how to read and write. We cannot agree with Polya because it is not good to be illiterate. Okay. Children, have you noticed the word illiterate? Can you find any peculiarity for that word? Do you know what is the opposite word for the word illiterate? Yes, it is literate. When we add il to the word literate, we get the opposite word, the antonym of the word literate. When we add a word element before or after a base word, that is called affixation. An affix is a word element of English grammar used to alter the meaning or form of a word and comes in the form of either a prefix or suffix. When we add the word element before the word, it is prefix. When we add the word element after the base word, it is suffix. Here is some example. Now it's the time for activity. Are you ready? Okay. Take your textbook, page number 97. Activity 5C. Here you can see a table. Using the prefixes in column A, write the antonyms of the words in column B. Please complete the table now itself. Here is the correct answer. Your second assignment is prepare a speech on the importance of being literate. Okay, that's all for today. Have a good day.